Hi Toby. I'm recording this after we've had our discussion, so a couple of these questions I think are not relevant anymore. So this one is there a way that I can fix the pink colour reflected in the girl's face in picture PS5? So I saw this. There is. I would probably do it in Photoshop more than Lightroom. Lightroom's a bit annoying in that you can't do local adjustments on color. You can do a local adjustment on just saturation, but you don't have your HSL, your hue, saturation, luminance slider available to you on a selection, only on the global, on the whole picture. Let's look at the first pictures first and we'll get there. Actually, you know, let's do the first pictures first. Okay. Excellent. What do you want me to say? Excellent. The stats are not perfect. Are you in shutter priority? That's interesting. I don't know anybody who did this in there. Wow, look at that. Your camera chooses so quickly. Within the same second, look at this. You're not in, what class are you in now? This is class 6. This is really interesting what's happened. I didn't know this is how it works. Is you're obviously using AI servo, which means this kid's running towards you and you're able to refocus as she's running. But you're on shutter priority, which means your camera's actually not in, it's not in manual mode. So watch what happens. If you look here, it actually changes the aperture for you, because that's what happens when you're in shutter speed. The camera changes the aperture. As she comes closer to you, wait, you're in class 6, which means you haven't done this yet. It's in class 7, I think. 1 second. Yeah. Wait a minute. Is it? Yeah, it's in the next class. Look back at these pictures in the next class and see if you work out why this happened. Very interesting. How your camera changed during that time, took away 1/3 and another third of stops of lights as your subject got close to us. Anyway, that's because you're on center weighted and shutter priority. I don't know if all that will make sense to you when you listen to the next class. It's a little bit involved, but anyway, the point is that you nailed the exercise. She's pin sharp in all those pictures. That is a big testimony to how good your camera is and a testimony to how well you've learned all these ideas, but that is primarily your camera being an excellent camera. Okay, so pat on the back for Toby and pat on the back for the camera. Okay, now I know this is Shire. Hello Shire, how you doing? Stats wise you'll find out. This is you showing us sun, clouds and AWB. Let's move AWB here and then sun here and then cloud here. So it's interesting how your AWB, this looks like here this one's called sun and this one's AWB, but I would be surprised if it wasn't the other way around. That is not how it should be. And I wouldn't be surprised if you mixed up relabeling these two. That looks to me exactly like sun, and that looks to me exactly like AWB, but you've written the other way around. I'm going to assume that I'm correct here. And then this is cloud, so we can see this is how it should be. If I'm wrong, then there's a funny thing going on with your camera. But your cloud and your sun here has actually made very little difference, and that can be. Okay, I do appreciate the picture as well. This is a nice shot. I think the space above here, although it is nice with the wall, I see this picture very much as a landscape image. That's a great shot. It's really a big testament to your camera. Excellent, great, beautiful point of focus. He's nicely posed. The light on his face is beautiful. And then I noticed this is really a great shot. That is super intelligent photography. That really is. That is a great shot of your husband. Super amounts of energy. You're in like a nowhere place, just some graffiti on the wall in the back here. You've got these great lines great lines, this beautiful patterns being created over here, textures. You've got this awesome depth and movement going this way with your husband, giving you a lot of energy moving in this direction, and it's altogether it's just such a dynamic image. I mean, don't get me wrong, your husband's a cool looking guy, but he's also a sinister guy to put, you've squeezed the energies perfectly. It's a big pat on the back. A very sensitive, very sensitive, and a lot going on in that picture, and not many people would appreciate that, but I do appreciate how much thinking's gone into that shot. So excellent. I didn't even mention about the stats. Let's just look at the stats. And we didn't even talk about no need for raw as well. No need for raw, you're right, but you know that, okay? The stats, what do you think? Good, bad, perfect? So I think they are perfect, and they are sophisticatedly perfect because you're ISO 160 giving you a 500th of a second, and when I'm at a 500th of a second I feel really relaxed. When I'm at a 200th of a second I don't feel really relaxed, but a 500th of a second is extra super relaxed, so big pat on the back. Best in raw, yes, absolutely. However, I'm not sure if a camera would be able to deal with such a differentiation in shade. I say this to everyone: RAW's not as versatile as people think it is. The best way to bring colour back here, you're not really able to bring colour even in RAW. I don't know. I don't think you would. There's too much of a discrepancy because this is really overexposed. This is really white, and his face is already underexposed. So you're really at the edge. You can maybe make it a little bit darker and bring that back, but you're going to start messing with the quality big time. Okay, let's jump into your photo shoot. Okay, too much clarity. This image does not go with the clarity here. It's also a little bit underexposed. But that is too much clarity. This image should either not have its clarity touched, or if anything, to drop the clarity down a little bit. Okay, the energy is coming from these sharp, hard lines. So it looks like maybe it isn't clarity. So you didn't nail. Did you sharpen it? I'm not sure what you did. If it's sharpened or clarity, but either way, it needs to be a little more passive. It needs to be a little bit more relaxed. Okay, the actual composition is, I think it's fine. I think you've left enough space. Got good composition. Got a good shape here. We've got a nice connection between between the two subjects. This arm is very important. It really binds them together. It's beautifully posed. The heads are right next to each other. It really is nice, happy, gentle expressions. But like I said, the issue's the either the sharpening or the clarity that you just think pushed a little too far. Okay, this is really a very beautiful picture. It's a little bit underexposed, but I think this one we could take a little bit further in post. I think by softening it a bit and maybe hardening the ball as well. But the light on this child is beautiful. This shape echoing here. So we've got this ball here, and then this ball here. We've got a great relationship between the two parts of the image. Okay, we've got great eye contact. Really a special picture. It needs this one really should go further in editing. This one could be edited a lot more. But excellent. Really, let's look at the stats. 3.2, 200, 3.2. I appreciate that. I think that's I don't know if I would have done that, but I think that is the right thing to do. I think that is the right thing to do, to try and make sure that we've got a lot of focus going on here. Yeah, nice one. Excellent. Okay, here, I would think I would move him a little bit further away. I don't think it's a good idea having the bridge. I don't think structurally it's a good idea having the bridge crossing over his arm over there. I would move him over further, and I would try. I don't know if he would fall into the river. I wouldn't do that if that would be the case. But I would try and have him turn a little bit. Maybe I don't think you'd be able to. Maybe it'd be you to turn a little bit more. I think though the actual picture's nice. The sun on his face is okay. It's nothing special. It's late in the day, is that right? Or early in the morning? Or there's cloud cover or something, but the light is soft. I think the sun is actually quite high, actually. Yeah, you can see from the shadow under his nose. The light is quite high. Good job in a difficult situation. I appreciate that. I think this is a bit dirty. I think you've tried to bring some colour back here and it's just gotten a bit dirty. Be careful of that. But I do think structurally the bridge shouldn't have been hanging over your subject. I think it would have helped if this line kept moving in. The line moving in is good. I think it looks like you've darkened it in post a bit, I think. Okay, it's good. It's not like still the two pictures that you did for the last homework are like still in my mind because they were so special, of the girl in the green with the green grass and then the two kids like hugging each other, playing around with each other. Okay, let's take this one later. We'll go back there. This is a great shot. I didn't see this one. This is excellent. So now you've used the clarity on his hair. I think you should tidy up his skin a little bit, like get rid of that bump, whatever. His eyes were a little bit. I mean, you should bring out his eyes a little bit. Stats. I'm interested. Why are you shooting at f4? So interesting. It's fine. I don't think you don't lose anything. I just don't understand why. But you've not so no you don't. I don't know. F4 is a big difference between 1.8. This would be very different at 1.8. I wonder what you're thinking, but anyway, the actual picture, you've got movement going this way from the hair, which you've gauged perfectly, and you've given yourself less from over here than you have over here. The diagonal lines add good energy to the picture. We've got a strong triangle over here, intersected by these diagonal lines, okay? And like I said, this movement coming this way moves you over here, so we balance the fact that our subject is tilting this way and closer to this side of the frame. Excellent. I think the only thing I can say is maybe a teeny little bit more room under here, just a teeny couple of just 3 millimeters, 4 millimeters. Okay, excellent. Let's look at this. The actual picture is great. I love the fact that you've chosen this as part of the image. The problem is that the light is reflecting off of here, and we've ended up with this pink cast on her face. So what I would do, let's just, you know what, I would like to take that one into Lightroom. Let's see if we've got time for both. 1 sec. Okay, so I see this as being much warmer. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking like, that look is, let me think of a word to put to that. Inquisitive. It doesn't, I don't need to put a word to it. It's very obvious what it is. I can't think of a word for it. But I need to go in the world of gentle. I want to keep things a little bit more relaxed. So I'm going to brighten her face a teeny little bit. Just a drop and a little bit of the shadows. Maybe it'll be under black. Usually it goes flat when you mess with the blacks. Yeah, like it did. Like that. Now I want to paint around. Oh, not like that. Let me just undo that. I'm going to open a new brush, and I have a brush called the Magic Hour brush. Okay, it's very, what's the word? Not subtle. I'm not going to use it in the way it's being used right now. I'm going to drop the exposure, I think. Just a drop. There we go. And I'll just get this area as well. But I wanted that red. That was the point. That's what I wanted. Okay, I'm going to, I think, darken that area with a new brush, just slightly. I'm going to erase a bit, that's too much. There we go. Okay, and now I'm just going to use a, just to bring her eyes out. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, it's a regular edit that I do, but I think that added a little bit to it. Okay, good. And now to show you, we have time to show you in Photoshop what I would do with this pink one. It's very simple, and I'll show you. Is we go to open the picture in Photoshop. Now we select her face. So I'm going to just use my regular lasso tool. Do I need to do her arms? You could do her arms as well. I'm just going to leave it like this. I'll make it a little bit. Oh, so I'm going to feather it now by say 35. You'll get used to those numbers after a while. I hold down Alt and scroll in so I can see what it's going to look like. Alt and scroll out zooms you out. Pressing space allows you to move the picture around. Now I'm going to go to image adjustments, hue saturation. Now I'm going to click on this little guy over here. Now I'm going to be able to choose the place where there's too much of the color that I don't want, which is going to be around here. Okay, and now if I move my mouse, do you see? I mean, I can either make it more pink, or I can make it basically black and white. Let's go back to the middle, that's where it was. So I just want to drop down a teeny little bit. Oh, 1 second. Just have a look from here to here. I think we'd also want to smoothen the skin quickly. Now I'll show you how to do that as well very quickly. A quick way of doing that would be going to your filter, going to Gaussian blur. I'll choose my own Gaussian blur, 1 second. Now to, yeah, that's soft, that's pretty good. We drop more. There we go. I'm going to put my art history brush tool there. Go along now, and oh, don't want to do that. Oh, I've done something annoying now. Can I throw that away? Yep, so now I have to redo the blur. I can just click here because we did that already. I'm going to put this, my art history brush tool here. Go back to select. Go to, oh, that was the problem. I went to my brush tool. Now my art brush tool. Now I can paint. I'm going to put the flow down, not to 36, but say 50. Now I can paint over. Actually, I will go a little bit less. Now I'm painting over, I don't know if I've shown you this before, but I'm painting over the effect that I did when I did Gaussian blur. It went over the entire picture. So now I'm just painting in those effects from this picture. It's a very quick, simple way of doing a quick skin soften. Very effective. Okay, you see? So we went from that to that. Pretty quick as well. I was just showing you, it took a little longer. Anyway, excellent stuff. Really, I mean that. I really do mean that. You're doing exceptionally well. And looking forward to seeing what you do for us next week. All the best.